One day I was sitting and talking with my friend. This friend was married to a woman who was still young and beautiful. He and I were discussing and he said something to me. He told me that wisdom and intelligence are not about knowing how to solve the problem you have with your wife, but rather wisdom is about not falling into the problem in the first place. He added that this is the system he follows in his life with his wife. 5 or 6 years later, his wife asked for a divorce from him. To make it short, the reason she asked for the divorce was that she didn't feel safe with him. Why didn't she feel safe with him? You'll find out the answer with me in today's video. In today's video, I will share with you a technique that will make a woman feel safe with you. Whether she's your girlfriend, your wife, or even a girl you've just started talking to, it's essential for her to feel safe with you so she can start loving you, becoming attached to you, and staying connected to you. I will explain to you practically and with examples how you can do this, and we'll dive into the woman's mind to understand how it works. But first, follow up with the dark needle for the next part because you're only tapping into half the power, or stay average and regret it. If we go back in time to the era of primitive humans, women lived with men alongside their children. For a woman to feel safe with a man, he needed to possess certain qualities. Some might think that a man must be strong, tall, or know how to fight, but that's not the reality. Being strong and tall is good, but it's not what makes a woman feel safe with a man. Imagine a strong man living with his wife, and a lion attacks them. That man could easily run away and leave her and their children to face the danger alone. On the other hand, a man who is short and weak might stand up, grab a stone or a knife, and fight the lion. What happened is that women, through these experiences, became genetically programmed to seek a man with the ability to be dangerous. A man must be strong. And don't worry, I'm not telling you to become a criminal or anything like that. You'll understand everything. Just stay with me. For a woman to feel safe with you, she needs to feel that you are someone who has the ability to be dangerous, meaning you have the capacity to cause harm if necessary. This is why women are attracted to bad boys and feel safe with them, because they appear strong and show their dangerous side. From this comes a well-known phenomenon. Criminals in prisons often receive love letters and marriage proposals from admirers. This is because women, by nature and through genetics, are drawn to strong men who make them feel safe. Women, by nature and through genetics, are drawn to strong men who make them feel safe. And remember the friend I mentioned at the beginning of the video? The reason his wife asked for a divorce was that he was too nice to her. He never stood up to her, let her cross boundaries, and was always trying to help her. He was a victim of modern society, thinking that if he were kind and made many compromises, he could avoid problems. In the end, yes, he avoided problems, but the result was that his wife didn't feel safe with him, so she left him. Now the question is, how do you make a woman feel safe with you? How do you give her the impression that you have the ability to be dangerous? And how do you show her that you're a strong person? But first, follow up with the dark needle for the next part to start dominating and make her addicted to you. Attraction and relationships are governed by emotions and feelings. For a woman to feel safe with you, you need to know how to show her your strong and dangerous side. And I want you to understand that I'm not asking you to be a bad boy in the literal sense. A bad boy has never been a successful long-term strategy. What I want you to do is take the traits that attract women in bad boys while maintaining your morals and principles. The right way to show a woman that you can protect her from danger is by showing her that you can set boundaries for her if necessary. This is something I always repeat. The way a woman understands a man's character is by seeing how he interacts with her. If she can disrespect you or manipulate you, she'll know you're not capable of protecting her. And this is what I'll explain to you in detail. But first, follow up with the dark needle for the next part to start dominating and make her addicted to you. Listen carefully now, because I'm going to share things that will benefit you for the rest of your life. What I'll explain to you is something you'll need to apply with your wife and the mother of your children in the future. Please listen closely. The man who has the ability to be dangerous, he possesses certain important qualities that women look for. The first quality is that he must not be afraid. You might ask, how will a woman know that I'm not afraid? The answer, by showing her that you're not afraid of her. You might then ask again, how do I show her that I'm not afraid of her? And why would she even think I'm afraid? Simply put, through techniques related to her biology and psychology. Don't worry, I'll explain it with examples and in detail. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part and start dominating and make her addicted to you. Let me ask you first, do your behavior and conversations with your girlfriend or the woman you talk to resemble a relationship between a strong man and a woman who craves him? Or does it resemble a relationship between a little boy who's terrified of upsetting his mom? Think about it. It's important to be aware of the type of relationship you share with her, because any attempt to lead a woman who doesn't respect your authority will end in spectacular failure. You need to be convinced that you're the one in control of the relationship, and she needs to believe that as well. No rational woman will be attracted to her child. So if you behave like a little boy, afraid of upsetting his mom, she will, reluctantly and with discontent, take on the role you've unknowingly forced upon her. It might not even occur to some men that their wives or girlfriends continue to test them, because deep down, they actually want them to push back. A woman would much rather feel intense attraction and admiration for a strong, authoritative man than feel contempt for a fearful, approval-seeking weakling. The best best example of this concept is how willing a man is to lie to his wife to avoid her punishment. If you find yourself lying to a woman because you're afraid of upsetting her, you're not acting like a real man. If her emotional state dictates how honest you are, then you're not living by your principles. You're living for her approval. Here are some common lies men tell women. I'll be there soon. No, you won't. You're late and you won't arrive anytime soon. Tell her the truth. Something like, I'm running late. Short, clear, and non-evasive. Yes, I did it already. I'm finishing up now. No, you probably didn't. You forgot, and now you're rushing to do it. Say, no, I didn't. Thanks for the reminder. I'll get to it after. It's important not to insult her intelligence with vague terms like later or soon. Give her a specific time. Be responsible. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. If you find yourself lying to a woman because you're afraid of upsetting her, you're not acting like a real man. If her emotional state dictates how honest you are, then you're not living by your principles. You're living for her approval. Here are some common lies men tell women. I'll be there soon. No, you won't. You're late and you won't arrive anytime soon. Tell her the truth. Something like, I'm running late. Short, clear, and non-evasive. Yes, I did it already. I'm finishing up now. No, you probably didn't. You forgot, and now you're rushing to do it. Say, no, I didn't. Thanks for the reminder. I'll get to it after. It's important not to insult her intelligence with vague terms like later or soon. Give her a specific time. Be responsible. I didn't know that was today. You probably did know, but hoped selective memory would help you dodge something you didn't want to do. If you don't want to do something, tell her you don't want to. Don't be weak. I'm fine. Everything's okay. No, it's not. You're in a bad mood and don't want to talk about it. Or she did something that upset you, and you don't want to show any signs of weakness. Too late. She probably already knows. You'll be a better man if you're honest about needing space, or if you tell her exactly how you feel. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. As men, we sometimes fall into the bad habit of telling small lies to avoid confrontation or what we perceive as punishment. We tend to choose the path of least resistance because we're creatures of comfort. The problem with this mindset is that we fail to consider the long-term consequences of such behavior in our relationships. So please, stop lying, don't apologize excessively, and don't fear her reaction. I always say this, and I'll say it again. The moment you fear a woman's reaction is the moment you lose her. To wrap up this point about fear, I want you to understand that when you tell a woman the truth, even if she doesn't like it, she might get upset or uncomfortable. But don't worry, at that moment, her attraction to you actually increases. And I know, as a man, you might feel internal pressure to lie. But when you do, I want you to remember me and tell yourself, this pressure comes from fear, and I must not be afraid. When you start thinking and acting this way, you'll be amazed at how deeply women will connect with you. Let's return to our main point. The man who has the ability to be dangerous must also have the ability to confront. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. The man who has the ability to be dangerous must also have the ability to confront. If a man was sitting with his woman in the era of primitive humans and a lion came to attack them, the first quality he must possess is fearlessness, which I've already explained how to show. The second quality, however, is the ability to confront. He must be capable of confrontation. So how do you make a woman feel that you're a man who possesses this trait? This is an extremely important quality. For now, let's focus on women. For a woman to feel that you're capable of confrontation, you must be willing to confront her. You need to have the ability to face her and express yourself clearly in front of her. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. A man who always agrees with everything his woman says or does, whether it's right or wrong. He agrees without question and would rather cut off his eyelids than disagree with her. This man is known as a yes man, and you, my friend, do not want to be that. Imagine you went to watch a movie with a woman, a movie you thoroughly enjoyed while she completely hated it. You walk out of the theater beaming from ear to ear, quoting some of the movie's best lines and talking about how much you loved it. Meanwhile, she hated every minute of it and didn't hesitate to voice her displeasure. The conversation with a yes man might look like this. Him: that movie was amazing. I loved every minute of it. Her: really? I thought it was terrible. The dialogue was cheesy and the action was way over the top. Him: you have a good point. Well, maybe it wasn't that good. What is this? Are you kidding me? He just said he loved the movie and now he's changing his stance. Someone give this man an opinion because it's clear he doesn't have one of his own. As ridiculous as this conversation might seem, there are men who have an annoying, desperate need to agree with everything a woman says or thinks. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. If you're dating a woman, these are the moments when she might test you to see if you'll stick to your opinion. She wants to know if you're honest with yourself, capable of disagreeing with her, yet still able to get along. She wants to see that you have your own preferences and aren't afraid to express them. This type of behavior earns a woman's respect and admiration and makes her feel safe with you. Let's go back to our example. Here's how a man with a strong personality and opinions would respond. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, but I still think it was a spectacular movie. This is a simple example, delivered in a somewhat respectful way. There are many types of confrontations, and in every situation, you should choose the appropriate approach depending on the nature of the disagreement between you two. I'll give you some examples, and you'll see what I mean. But first, follow up with the dark needle so you don't miss out the next part, and start dominating and make her addicted to you. I'm sure there are men who would rather agree with a woman on something just to avoid hearing her complaints about their opinion. If she has a habit of giving you a hard time just because you disagree with her, make it clear that you're entitled to your own opinion and that you're not interested in justifying your preferences. Here's an example of how this might look. Her: honey, what did you think of today's lecture? Him: I thought it was boring. Her: are you kidding me? That was one of the best lectures. You really didn't like it? Him: no, I think the speaker goes off topic too much. Her: I can't believe this. You never like any lecture. You're such an idiot if you think. Him: look, you asked for my opinion and I gave it. If you don't like hearing the truth from me, I suggest you think twice before asking what I think. Beautifully done. This is what setting boundaries looks like. It makes it clear that you're entitled to your opinion, and if she doesn't like it, she has the choice not to ask in the first place. Women who are feistier and quicker to respond might not let you off as easily as in these examples. So what does a man do when he's expressed his opinion and is being pushed into an argument? Simple. He must refuse to argue. If you've stood by your convictions and she still insists on explaining why you're wrong, just say, I won't argue about this. Say it firmly and lovingly, then change the subject entirely. Don't be afraid to express your opinion just because a woman might try to impose hers on you. When you approach her this way, she will feel internally that you have the ability to confront. Over time, she'll start to feel a unique sense of security with you and see you as a man she can rely on in her life. So please, don't be overly nice. And I'm not saying this out of dislike for women, nor am I telling you to be harsh or hateful toward them. No, I'm saying this because you should do it out of love for her. Women want you to be strong so they can feel safe with you. And the feeling of safety is one of the most important emotions that keep a woman attached to you for the long term. And this was the Dark Needle. See you in the next video. But first, follow up with the Dark Needle so you don't miss out the next part and start dominating and make her addicted to you.